Alright, Crushing Trap. Special item. Deal 6 damage to the units at the end of an enemy roll. Uh, 2 stars. 2 stars. Because reliably getting 2 high strength units in a row where this item gets a full value will be relatively tough. It shouldn't be too hard for a movement deck, but even then, it still you require the setup for that. And by then, you may have already done too much damage to the enemy unit that this card will not see full value. And this card is only good if it sees a full value, so I'll give it 2 stars.
I think we went over this one already, but yeah, same two stars. It's conditional.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, at best, it's going to be a 12-point bronze.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan.
Alright, next one. Elven Blade, special item. Deal 10 damage to a non-elf unit. So slightly a better I'll just Thunder. The only drawback is you cannot do damage to an elf. And I'll give it 3 stars. So, yeah. Better
Yeah.
I'll just Thunder is not bad.
I'll follow you, but I mean, what happens if you get into an elf mirror match?
But even then, you'll probably find a target that's non-elf, most likely.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Alright, Markham Volunteers. 3 soldier drop. 3 power, summon all copies of this unit. Resilient.
So this is basically Temerian infantry, but it's got resilient.
Yeah, I don't know why, but all the rest of the factions got your vanilla monster units, just the 9 strengths across 3 and 3 strengths across 3 bodies for the total of 9 strengths, right? While this gets resiliency, I don't get it, but so I'll give it.
I mean, it makes it better.
Yeah, I'll give it. Even then, I'll give it 2 stars. 9 strengths. Of course. Still bodies.
I'll do the same. I mean, you get the aspect of thinning.
Yeah.
And you get the resilience, which is nice, but still.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of shitty.
Sure, the thinning is nice, but man, even then, like for example, the best monster deck we ever the best monster card we ever saw was Silver Maiden, Shield Maiden before the nerf, right? And with the veteran buff, she can do their monster is a 20 points play in the last round, which was crazy. And basically we need to see something like that from monster cards in this meta, because we're expecting that kind of a vanilla value from our bronze, right? And 9 value doesn't cut it. Runestone, 2 stars. Move on. Pit Trap. Apply a hazard to an enemy roll that deals 3 damage to units on contact. I'll give it 3 stars. The reason being is that, okay, so how it works is when you play this card, it does 3 damage across the row like on Lacerate, right? And after that it stays. And if you play a movement card to move on the unit to move opponent unit to this the row it's applied, it does 3 damage to them again when it gets moved. So it's a vicious cycle, and you run this with a Lacerate. So basically, then your opponent your opponent cannot really place the unit here because it will do 3 damage to them right away. So they be forced to deploy it elsewhere, and then the dwarves will move it to the here. So the only counter to this is really like running a clear and a way to remove this hazard, right? So I give it 3 stars.
I think this is really strong in a movement deck, but other than that, not really. But yeah, I think in a movement deck, this will be a really strong card.
So I guess you're gonna give it 3 stars as well.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Ivor's Meditation, Elf Officer. Ivor's may have only 1 eye, but his inner vision. 2 power, force 2 units to duel each other. This card is bonkers. It's absolutely insane. It's probably the best Scoiatael gold for round 1 and round 2, hands down. This card could be a bad top deck in round 3, so I'll give it 4 stars. But it's definitely 5 stars for first and second round, man. It's insane. And I saw how it's being played because I wanted to see how the dual mechanism, I was testing it out. Pretty damn amazing. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll give it 4 stars. I mean, it's a really, really strong mechanic, and it can be used really well here. Obviously, you're almost always going to use it on 2 enemies unless you have like some really high unit that you can insta kill another high unit with on your side of the board. But other than that, yeah, I mean, looks like it's going to be a really solid card for Scoiatael. Congratulations.
I don't know why I'm getting congratulations, but thanks, I'll take it. So, okay, so I'll just explain the mechanics a little bit. Basically, what you want to do this card is you want to target a slightly weaker enemy unit first, and then target slightly stronger enemy unit. So the slightly weaker unit will strike slightly stronger enemy unit first, and the stronger enemy unit will get wounded and deal that wounded strength damage back to the initial attacker. And then the unit that initiate the duel will attack the weakened unit again and finish the job. And basically, you are literally killing the 2 units almost, like basically like, and they will be like in dying breath after the duel, right? And you can finish it off with the removal or whatever. Very strong. So yeah. And it's also 2 body on top of it. So what's not to like? I mean, this card will be played if it's a gold special. It's a unit with a 2 body, so that's insane. Let's move on. Flavandrel, Leader Elf. 3 power, create a silver special card. Pretty reasonable and strong ability, but Athene is way better, obviously. So I'll give it 3 stars. Yeah, why do you run this dude over Athene, right? I mean, Athene is just the better Scoiatael leader. I don't get it. I mean, and if CDPR wanted to see a new archetype to arise from that gets attached to new leader, they probably should have attacked the ability that's a bit different. But this is kinda unremarkable. I mean, it is serviceable, it is solid, but it really doesn't cut it. Yeah, for the constructed play. But I give it 3 stars.
I'll follow your leader with this one. Yeah, I feel like Athene is probably a better card.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Athene is definitely a better Scoiatael card. Yeah, just there's no way around it. Moving on, Markham Guard is so changed, I think, because now it's strengthened an ally by 3 instead of boosting it. And there's no real difference between draft units and non-draft units. And also its base strength got buffed, so I kind of wanted to address it. And it's really not really remarkable. This card will not really see play or anything like that, but change is a change, so I had to talk about it. And I guess Stella Bread doesn't really want to say anything.
No, yeah, sorry. I mean, I don't have.
I mean, this change is really dull, and
there's nothing to really add.
That, yeah. And this has some interesting implication because it's now a hand buff card, and boost 2 random units in your hand by 1, so it can synergize with the Farseer and stuff like that. So, it's decent, but we really see constant play, and I don't think so. But but Nilfgaard didn't see any play whatsoever, even in the Mulligan deck. So yeah, let's move on. This is dull. It's not gonna be much play, but yeah. Now Ida Iman, she got pretty spicy with the Aljus Thunder instead of Overdose. So instead of I personally don't like this change because Scoiatael always had a strong direct removal, right? It didn't really need more from their mage. And Ida Iman was sort of supplementing their weak AoE, right? And now she's turned into this generic Aldous Thunder gal. I don't like it. What do you think, Celebrate?
Um, it's death mold,
It's
pretty
Deathmo.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess death mold has rain. It's just a
Yeah.
mage. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably only going to see play in tournaments
Yeah.
as a tech for, and maybe not even then. For especially Scoiatael runs a lot of clear skies sometimes.
Yeah.
So it probably wouldn't even see play then. But yeah, it's whatever.
Oh, Malena. So 7 power ambush after 2 turns, flip over and charm the highest bronze or silver enemy with 5 power or less. This card could be potentially very strong card if you build your deck around it. So you can say it's at best 17 points power play with a lot of conditions attached to it. But if you can get their key units down to 5 strengths with the semi removal, for example, Morkbarg or Olgierd, right? And she can steal it, then it does so much for you. So when you look at the cards like that, you must look past the vanilla value. So I think this is a very positive change. Before Marlena, it was just a meme card. Basically, there was only one streamer that run this card. I think her name. What was her name? She streams with the Petrify sometimes. It's now Petrify in Canada. Lia Bella? Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's Lia Bella. Lia Bella. Yeah. So,
Leah Bells.
Lia Bells. Yeah, Lia Bells. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this card's okay. It's a high risk card, right? It can, if somebody passes,
Yeah.
like they suspect this, you have to play this card at the exact right time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play this card where you give your opponent a chance to pass, because then they can just pass and then the card's worthless.
Yeah.
And you just wasted a card. So I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, I like the leg though. I mean, that's a nice illustration. All right, let's move on. Okay. Shiru, 4 power, Spawn Scorch or Epidemic. This is better, way better than I think the old Shiru. Because old Shiru usually Scorch himself, right? Because it was 10 strengths after the gold immunity was removed. And also you are paying a card because you are turning your card into Scorch. And you can say that is sort of a nerf because Shiru turning a card into Scorch, one of the mechanics that Scoiatael had a way to deal with a card that is basically useless in their hand. For example, a card the opponent operated into their hand, or a marching order, or I'll just double cross that has no unit to bring out from the deck. Then you can turn them into Scorch with the Shiru. That had a good implication right there. Had a good use. But overall, it'll make Shiru a more consistent card that's gonna make him viable. And Epidemic is a little nice touch, but if you Epidemic, you screw will kill Shiru, so this can definitely see a heavy control Scoiatael deck, the triple Scorch deck, right? That who was famous for it? Pumpkin, right? Pumpkin, yeah. And Pumpkin will probably definitely gonna make a good deck out of Scoiatael with this card, and you guys can expect him to go to his triple Scorch Hypertine method of Scoiatael way again, and kind of look forward to it. Cause I kind of love a deck like that, so yeah, solid change. And what do you think about you like Scorch yourself, right?
Yeah. This card got playable now. Before it was literally never ever playable, and now it's playable. So yeah.
All right, so that's it for Scoiatael.
God.
Yeah. You said every time. I just never gets old with this guy. All right. Let's move on to Nilfgaard then. Yeah.
Nilfgaard sounds good.
Yeah. Alright, recruit. Soldier.
So I still don't know if this works with Standard Bearer yet. I think they mentioned in the dev stream it does. If it works with Standard Bearer, this card's pretty good in a soldier archetype. If it doesn't work with Standard Bearer, then I don't think it's that good. I mean, it's thinning.
Yeah.
So, like, are there bad pulls that you can get from? I'm not too familiar with the soldier archetype. Are there bad pulls that you can really get from it? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you're not gonna run every single soldier type in a Nilfgaard soldier deck, right? You're gonna run 2 or 3. So.
Yeah, I think this card's fine, right?
Yeah.
It's thinning, and it's never really gonna pull you a dud.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think the card's fine. I think it's probably pretty good.
Yeah. So, how many stars, Robert?
I'll give it 3 stars.
And I'll give it 3 stars myself. Yeah, pretty good deck thinning, let's say. And move on. Also, he has a synergy with the Standard Bearer, of course. And Slab Infantry. Now, this is an interesting one. Robert?
So yeah, it spawns. It's got alchemy synergy, right? Like,
Yeah.
so if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna play the Witcher School Vipers and you want to run Ale in your deck, this is the perfect card to run.
Yeah.
So you can play this, and this will guarantee you that your Ale is gonna get value. I give it. It's probably, and it's soldiers too, actually. So it I'm gonna give it 3 stars.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give it 3 stars, but this card could be 4 stars if it counts as 3 soldiers being played at once, because
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. That would be broken.
yeah, if it does, then it would be 4 stars with the Standard Bearer. And yeah, and it was a Markan Ale, but it's initial low tempo play that has a payoff with the following play, basically. But if the opponent can really disrupt that following play by destroying this slab infantry, then it's such a bad card. Okay, Markham Pyrotechnicians can really destroy this card. And if I run into a slave archetype on Nilfgaard, I'll be running Markham Pyrotechnicians. I already do, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Then you're turning this card into 2 stars probably. Okay, 3 stars. Fabulous himself, Mr. Fabulous, Master of Disguise.
So I think this card, has synergy with Reveal. Reveal might actually be decent this patch. So something that you can do is you can turn back over your Fire Scorpions and get additional value from them the next time you reveal them. I think there's some other synergistic. No, I haven't looked too hard at the Nilfgaard reveal ones, but I think there's some other cards that this synergizes with.
Yeah.
But I think this card has an important place in the Nilfgaard reveal archetype. I give it 3 stars. I think it's probably going to be pretty decent. I can already see it being really good with Fire Scorpions.
I give it 4 stars. I may be biased because I really like the reveal archetype, not the reveal mill monster hybrid, of course. But basically, the biggest problem with the rebuild deck is that you rebuild your units so much and you cannot rebuild anymore, basically, and you no longer have any more use for your rebuild mechanics because all of the units are rebuilt, all of the opponents are either rebuilt or played, and this card is a good answer for that. So. And making that rebuild mechanic work again for the controlled manner for like Fire Scorpion would be great. And it's not. It has a really strong vanilla body too. 11. It's nothing to scoff at, and the added utility value is, I think, it makes it 4 stars. Sentry Soldier, 8 power, boost all copies of a soldier by 2.
I mean, this is another thing that you would probably run in your soldier deck. I am gonna give it. Maybe like 3 stars. I don't think you would you run 3 of these in a deck? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't. It depends how many 3 of
Probably
soldiers you're running.
two,
I think
right?
you would probably
Usually
run
three.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 seems right. So I think this is 3 stars. You're probably not going to run 3 of this in your deck.
Yeah.
You'll probably run something like 2, like in Sancfa said. So it's not bad. It'll probably have a place on a soldier deck somewhere. The soldier, they've really given a lot of tools to the soldier archetype.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll give it 3 stars as well. Nothing too much to add there. Nilfgaardian Gate. I kinda don't like this this gate or stone archetype, but just pushes across all factions. This whole gate thing.
Yeah, dude,
it's
you
kinda,
fucking gate decks, dude.
It
Come on.
dumps out the faction colors, right? It needs to have some sort of a uniqueness to the factions, and making it all like generic illustration of a gate or stone with just a different color scheme and flag. It doesn't. It feels out of place in a game like Gwent, right? Because Gwent has such an amazing illustration and premium art, and this card's kind of feel lazy. Maybe we are just spoiled by such an awesome card art. Maybe.
So to be fair, they're introducing 109 new cards. I'm not bothered by them using like a few like lame or like placeholder arts or duplicated arts. I understand that, man. There's so many new cards in this update. But that being said, I think this is a strong card. When you consider that like there's really strong officers in Nilfgaard, you can pull Skellige with this.
Yeah.
Which is like Skellige is like the foundation of a spy deck. Skellige is so important. I give this card 4 stars. I think this card is
4 stars for me.
I think this card is great, and it adds even further reliability to a Nilfgaard deck, which is one of the most reliable decks, already, like the spy decks and stuff. Yeah. So this adds even further reliability to that, because honestly, Skellige in a spy deck is like the most important thing ever, and this kind of guarantees you that. And now, like with the nerf of a card like the Guardian, you can drop the Guardian, and then you can run something like this. And yeah, I mean, it's huge. So I think this card's really good.
And if you're running this card, you may be probably running Leto as well, right? Because Leto can now play this card and get the silver card unit out of your deck. So that's really good. Kind of like a reinforcement for Nilfgaard. Not that they really needed it, but sure, having them is nice.
What would I cut for it? I mean, so hi, I'm Bear. In my Nilfgaard deck, I ran the Guardian, and now I probably wouldn't run the Guardian anymore since they kind of butchered him. So I'd probably cut the Guardian for him.
Yeah, and we are going to talk about the Guardian change soon enough, so we'll come to that. And Stone, 2 stars, move on, right?
Yeah, let's just move on, 2 star.
Barra Gap or Barra... this new unit's so hard to pronounce. Maybe they should make a pronunciation bracket.
I think it's like Vrygef. Anyway, so right now the only way you run this unit is in a reveal deck to reliably pull out mangonels.
Yeah.
So this has a place in a reveal deck. It's not a bad card in a reveal deck. If you can get out mangonels, that's huge. I give it 3 stars. It's fine, and it's a tutor in a reveal deck.
Yeah, I mean, even then, the rebuild deck silver is kind of packed too. So, and also they got a really good new silver card for the rebuild deck. So I'm not sure if this card has a place. I'm not sure if the rebuild deck has a place for this card. So, I'll give it 2 stars, and you gave 3 stars. I'll give it 2 stars. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Henley Bar Atar. 9 power. Consider any number of units. If allies boost by 2. If enemies deal 2 damage.
You play reveal. I'll let you take the lead on this one, man.
I think it's 4 stars. Yeah. So I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this means that you conceal all the units that are rebuilt across the size. So this could be like in this plays like a 16 or 18 points value swing. And even then, it has the added utility of concealing your rebuild scorpions or whatever and things like that. So yeah, I'd say it's 4 stars.
Yeah, I'll go with you. It seems like it's a powerful card in reveal,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that reveal's getting some much needed support, man. Like
Yeah.
they need it, and I have no problems with the reveal archetype. I like it. It seems like a fun archetype, and it gives you a lot of information too. I think it's probably going to be pretty powerful in this patch.
Yeah.
We'll see though. That's my initial impression.
Yeah. In some part, do I know if console resets units? I'm not sure, but what is said on the keyword in the Reddit is it either does like something like boost or damage. So I don't think it's really said or anything like that. I'm not sure. I
So
think so.
so it's any number of units. Now, you can conceal units in someone's hand, right?
Yeah. So I think
So like think about this. You play like Morven and Vatir, and like your opponent has like four or revealed cards, and like this card's really good actually. This card's really good. I think. I don't know.
can you kill units in people's hand with this? Probably not. That'd be way too OP, right? Oh, that's interesting. Because if you can kill
Uh,
like a priest of Freya, that it literally reduces their number of cards in their hands.
no, that would
That'd be
be
insane.
broken.
That'd
That
be
would be
insane. Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, it probably will take the unit down to one, and that'll be the maximum it would let it go.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we'll see.
All right. The meme of memes, usurper. Uh, usurper, the famous word thrown around in the Game of Thrones. Uh, 1 power, change any leader and create any leader and boost it by 2. Yeah, fire away to start up, right?
So this is a spying. You have to play this on your opponent's side of the board. I don't really like this card that much, but I don't like the design of it, but I think it can be pretty powerful. I think you get a choice from 3 leaders. There's a potential for it to. Is there really potential for it to brick? I guess so. Henselt would be terrible. Full test is good. Radovit's great. Like this card seems like it's really strong. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It seems like it's a really strong leader.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of goes with the theme of Spy Nilfgaard. So yeah, I'll give it 4 stars.
I'll give it 3 stars because the leader variety is like so high when the leader pool is very so high, and typically you wanna get a leader that is optimized to your deck, and with the usurper's ability, you are not really gonna get that. Obviously, I guess you are gonna like
So,
build a deck that's like a jack of all trades or something like that, right? But if you are gonna build a jack of all trades deck, it's gonna make your deck be weaker in generally speaking. So
here's what I'm thinking. So
yeah,
you get 3 leader choices. Let's look at all the leaders. Full test is probably pretty good, right?
yeah,
Full test is really good. Radovid's really good. Ada is probably really good. Maybe not, but Ada's got potential. Ada's broken. Ada's an insanely strong leader. Henselt's terrible for you. Henselt's awful.
yeah,
So that's in Northern Realms. That's 3 good, 1 bad. And Nilfgaard, if you get Emir, that's good probably. John Calviet is good, right? You get to pick another card on top of that. What's the other Nilfgaard leader? Morven probably sucks unless you're running Reveal. But if you're running Reveal, you'd be running Morven. So Morven probably sucks. So that's 3 good, or that's 2 good, 1 bad in Nilfgaard because I don't think you can pull the Usurper again. That'd be kind of stupid. Scoiatael. Let's see. Francesca is. I don't know. Whatever. Ethne is good. Are you running? Does Nilfgaard run any silver specials really?
not really.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the Scoiatael leaders suck. And then what's the other factions? Yeah.
Yeah,
No. I guess there are a lot of duds with this leader. So like, because the monster leaders are
yeah,
terrible, right?
yeah.
You don't want to consume your own units. You don't want to summon an organic unit like the Whispering Hillock.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a little too unreliable. So
Also, yeah,
I'm gonna change my rating to 3 stars. I don't like how unreliable this could be.
yeah. And the thing about leader is that it's about timing, right? There are leaders that are really good at the beginning of the game. There are leaders that are good in the middle of the game and middle of the round, like Lalobit, for example. And you don't know what you're gonna get, and that just adds more to the high variance of this card. And you are just not
Yeah,
more often than not, you are not gonna get an optimal leader at the optimal timing. So
yeah, I agree.
that's gonna
So
be the way it is.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's move on.
Now we are going to the changes in the Nilfgaard faction and Magnet Division. Basically, the change that killed the middle deck,
Dude,
right?
thank fucking God, man. I think I hate Mill just as much, if not more, than anyone who plays this game. I routinely flipped people off on stream and called them cunts when I was playing against them as Mill.
Yeah.
I hate Mill. Mill players are a fucking bundle of sticks. Um, I'm so glad that Mill is dead. That's all I'll say. Fuck Mill.
So play a random bronze item from your deck. Skellige also got a union like this in their arsenal, and this is not bad. Yeah, because now you can use an item from your deck to it. And I don't think Meal will be dead. It's just not as viable anymore. It's not basically. It's not gonna be constructively viable. It's gonna be a fun deck, just like Hearthstone. It's gonna be
Well, so
it's gonna be a bit
it,
irritating, but people will look over it because we are not gonna be facing them as much on the top of the ladder scene.
it's not going to be the Mill that we're used to, though, right? So if you want to punish Hyperthin, you can run cards like Avalok or something like that. That's okay. But when you're sitting there and you're running a Mill, like full on a mere Mill with the Magni divisions, and you play Avalok like 7 times, that's just, dude, that's cancer, man.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
if you want to punish hyper thin decks, there's tools to do it, but not quite as oppressive as Mill
yeah,
was at certain points in the game.
yeah.
Fuck Mill.
I'm
I
thinking
hate
of
Mill.
making a fun meal deck myself using a Stragobur. It will probably never be good on the ladder, but it can be pretty. It can be pretty good in given circumstances, and I think I can actually win more than 50% of the games with making a deck like that. But yeah, that if you want a good deck that's gonna move you in the ladder and ranking scene, you want a deck that you can guarantee at least 60 points of win rate, right? And meal deck it will probably never reach a 60% anymore. I highly doubt it that chance. Alba Spearman. So basically their engine got nerfed too. Meal deck their engine. So boosts up by one whenever either player draws card. It used to be two, right? So now it's just one. And that's not really much of an engine to begin with. No. Not much to talk there. No. Let's move on. Now Alba Cavalry this seen a substantial change. 7 power whenever an ally appears, boosts up by 1. So basically reverse Hoko Smuggler?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
So this card has nice synergy with that
Slab infantry.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The infantry that popped out. So you play that, those pop out for 9, this boosts up to 10. It's not bad. It could have some interesting soldier synergies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably. I'll give this. I'll give it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're not rating the new ones, but I think it's better now. Definitely.
The downside is that it is easily removable because only 7 power. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Avalist. It used to do 6 damage when you have an officer in your hand. Now it's instead turned into if it was spying, deal 6 damage instead. So you are just basically whittling down the counter you throw at your opponent, maybe. I don't really see the point of the change. It's making already unplayable card more unplayable. And if you are playing a spying unit, you are running a Nausicaa Brigade anyway to knock it off and buff yourself, right? Buff yourself. Well, duh. Why play Avalust? I don't get it. Let's move on. Okay,
Yeah.
this one I kind of wanted to address. Like when it first showed up on the dev stream, everyone said it's going to be OP, right? but now it got the power level got adjusted.
Oh yeah, I mean it got nerfed because originally it was a 7 deal 3 plus the thing it has right now.
Yeah.
That shows you how broken it was. They literally nerfed it by 5 points.
Yeah.
So I still think that this card could be decent in an alchemy deck. Because in an alchemy deck you could probably squeeze in like 7 or 8 alchemy cards.
Yeah.
So that would make this, a 5 deal 7, 5 deal 8.
Yeah.
Could be pretty solid. It can remove engines. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
If that many cards can be fit in an alchemy deck.
Also, it's our first bronze Witcher card, right? And we can use Trial of Grasses on this card and make it 25. Should have a future implication as more cards roll out in the future. Kinda like this card, really. Yeah. Obsession. Now it's no longer base damage that gets limited to 10. It just deal 10 damage to the unit. No conditions attached, whether it's boosted or base stress or anything like that. Basically makes this card more reliable.
Yeah, it's a buff. It's a buff to the card. So
yeah.
when you have to, so when this card was assassinating armored units, it would kind of get fucked. And now let's say you're assassinating a 5 strength unit that has 4 armor, you can kill it. So it's a nice buff to the card.
And also it can kill Redanian Elite, right? Because it's a 6 strength and 4 armor, and you can kill it right off.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So.
No. Redanian Elite's got buffed, so no, it can't.
Okay. All right. So the change that we are talking about earlier, it's a one guardian now.
I hate this change. I hate this change. So here's the thing. This happens as soon as the card is played. So even if you lock the card, there will still be a guardian on top of the opponent's deck. That makes it better. Well, that makes the change seem slightly better because it's immune to locks and things like Coral. But only having one lesser guardian doesn't really fuck stuff up as much. Yeah. I don't think this card's going to be really run anymore. It's just not like it's an 11 strength gold, right? And the only or silver, and the only reason you really ran it was to fuck up with your opponent's draws. Now it's not really going to do that as heavily.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with the Starboy 100%. Yeah, of course. And yeah, it's just not going to see any play. I mean, Guardian was amazing because it added 2 lesser guardians to opponent hand that opponent has such a hard time to deal with, and now it's just 11 strength Vanilla Silver pretty much. So fuck that. The Empress, what the hell is this change? Death Wish, destroy the lowest unit on the roll. Spying. What?
So it's fake Siri. It's fake Siri. They made her slightly better, and they made her so if your opponent tries to remove her, she'll kill the lowest enemy. She basically turns into a cow carcass.
Yeah.
I mean that makes the card better. It's a buff to her for sure, but she still can get locked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably still a meme card. Maybe somebody will find a use for it. It probably still sucks.
Yeah. Sucks. So. Okay, now before we move on, let's talk about the new Enforcer because I
oh my god, I can't believe they changed that.
Okay, what does it do now?
So what it does, so it's like an Impera Brigade. So when you play an Impera Brigade, it gets the value from all the spies on the board. Yeah. When you play an Impera Enforcer now, like let's say you throw an Impera Enforcer down on the board with 4 spies, it gets 4 pings.
What the fuck? That's a crazy bob, right?
So it gets the pings retroactively, or I think that's the right word. So I can't believe they buffed that unit. It was already so strong.
And if you play additional spy, then it gets extra pings also, right? It keeps the extra.
Yeah. It keeps getting a ping every. Yeah.
Wow. How is that fair?
I don't like. No one was like, oh yeah, enforcers are too weak. If anything, they were too good.
Yeah.
You know, and now, like, so the one downside, though, was if you did a long emissary chain, at the end of the emissary
Yeah.
chain, you pulled, like, 2 infiltrators or something. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to lose a ton of value on my enforcers.
Yeah.
Now, you just throw your enforcers down and you just get this giant fucking removal. It's kind of crazy. I don't understand how they changed that or
I
why.
mean, they gotta make some changes to it. They gotta after the PTR is over.
Oh yeah, I mean this is the PTR, so I'm sure they'll make changes, but still, that just seems fucking crazy to me.
There must be some dudes mad experiment, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
Over.
I guess so.
Yeah. And
Not
maybe
sure.
maybe Mega Muga is behind it. I'm joking because Mega Muga is the Nilfgaard lover, right? Oh god. Cut here, Officer doomed. 1 power resurrected leader doomed.
I mean, I think he's worse now, personally,
Yeah.
but yeah, the old Kair was literally play your leader's ability, and then he had 4 strength. So why would you want to resurrect the leader?
Well, it's slightly strength buff if you're resurrecting Emir, right? Because Emir is like 7 strength.
Yeah. So now what's going to happen is people just won't kill the leader. People will play around. People will play around the idea of you always having Kair.
Yeah.
Like, so now when I play Nilfgaard, I'm just gonna be like, oh, he might have Kair. I'm just not gonna kill his leader.
Well, Kair can play in the second and third round, last round. Then I mean.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, so I don't think it's really changes the card that much. I don't really think it's a nerf or buff. It's a slight nerf because you cannot really use it in round 1, I guess. But even then, it's like, is it really such a big deal? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Hi and Bear pointed out NR gets automodded. I don't know why the fuck that happens.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Automod's retarded.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Yeah,
keep
let's
this straight.
go
Hold on.
now. Lock 2 units on the road, then drain all their power. Spying. So ideally, you wanna lock their key units with good abilities, and you wanna scorch Leto the fuck away with Igni or Scorch, right? That's the idea. And you no longer can debomb it because if you debomb the Leto's roll, it's gonna reset those units by the side to its original strengths. Basically unplayable, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a trash card.
Yeah. Mod some real people. Yeah, I modded like I think three people so far, and one of them is kinda active. Yeah, I guess I should mod more people. Guess. But the thing is, I don't really want to get into specifics of my stream, like how many viewers I get, if I should really need a mode or anything like that. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I need a mode in a big stream, a moment like this, when I get many viewers for a specific like event like this one. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, so we are done with the Nilfgaard. Yeah, so Byro is a mod Lord Hercules, and alright, any changes that we have missed so far? Because now we are going to move on to Skellige.
I don't think so. Yeah, let's go to Skellige. I'm excited to talk about Skellige. I like Skellige.
Alright. Okay, Worship Demon Machine. 7 power, deal 1 damage 4 times.
So I play tested this in my Axeman deck. It's an Axeman card. You're gonna run it with Axeman, and what you do is you pick one unit and you ping that unit 4 times. You don't get to select different units. So you pick one unit and it pings it 4 times. It's fantastic in Axeman. It's absolutely a phenomenal card in Axeman. By itself, it's an 11-point bronze, which isn't terrible, right? And it's a 7 deal 4, which isn't by itself as a bronze isn't bad. Like, and it synergizes so well with Axeman and with Darren. It's a great card. I give it 4 stars.
And also, he has got a great tribe type because it can be played from your deck with the pirate captain, and also it can be resurrected with the new bald dude. I don't can remember the name out of the right off my head. And yeah, 4 stars, Celebrate, or five
Yep.
stars? 4 stars. Okay, I'll give it
Hmm.
4 stars as well. I'm not gonna use this in an X-Men deck because I'm not really a big fan of X-Men deck to begin with. But I'm gonna run in Skellige machine deck that I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty spicy. So yeah, 4 stars for me too. Oh yeah, this dude, Clan Corsair, 3 power, demon support, doom, resurrected bronze machine. Basically, there's a reason to run this card now that the Freya cannot really cannot resurrect the machine. So if you're running a lot of well harpooners and cards like worship, then it's you want to run this card. But the question remains, is this: how do you balance the number of red units, right? So if you're running an X-Men deck, you want to be able to res X-Men, but you also want to be able to res a machine that are engines for
I
X-Men, right?
I disagree. So generally, if you're running an X-Men deck, you have tons of ways to do damage. You can run an X-Men deck with weather and the ships on top of it.
Yeah,
So and lacerates too. So you'll have like if you're running an X-Men deck, you probably want to prioritize Freyas.
yeah,
Because you'll just use the ships and you'll play them one time. You'll run 3 of them in your deck, sure, but you'll just play them once. So in an Axeman deck, and you usually run weather too.
yeah,
So I think that in an Axeman deck, you're probably not going to run these. I don't know.
yeah. So I'll give it 3 stars. What you see says Celebrate.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 stars too. I mean,
Yeah,
the Skellige machines are pretty strong. That warship is good, and whale harpooners are one of phenomenal bronze. So I mean, this is a pretty good card for that. So yeah.
yeah. All right. I haven't noticed, but we have 211 people watching us right now. That's almost 2 times bigger than our last stream, and a lot of that has to do with the ocean mode, and also part of it has to do with our increased quality and better promotion. And thank you guys for being here with us. And I got a lot of followers, and I disabled the follow alarm because it's gonna disrupt with our review. But I appreciate all of you nonetheless, and thank you guys so much. And I just
Yeah,
want to
thanks for tuning in,
yeah, that's what
dudes.
I had to say in the midstream. All right. And doesn't this guy remind you of that actor from The Walking Dead? What's his name? He plays a billion a lot. He's a brother of Daryl, or Maureen, or is it more? It was more something. He's in a lot of movies as a supporting actor. He's never a main actor of anything, but he's in a lot of stuff. What's his name? Can't even remember the.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it just reminds me of this dude. Somebody, yeah, Mo, yeah, Mo. What's the actor that plays Mo? Can somebody point out to me on chat? It looks like him, man. Shit, somebody post a link to it, because it looks like him. And this looks like such a fearful dude, but he's playing a supporter and just resurrecting a machine. Yeah, and everybody's getting my reference, but I guess nobody knows his name. Kinda sad. Wait a sec. Oh, okay. All right, so there's that. Okay, stop track. Sorry. 3 stars for me and 2 stars for Sarah. Moving on. Clan Murder, Soldier Ancret. 7 power, deal 4 damage. If resurrected, deal 6 damage instead. Now this is interesting because it means that you want to discard this unit, then resurrect it. And if you get this ability off, then it's a 13 strength play, pretty solid. And you basically don't want to play for its vanilla value, right? Just like the unit from Northern Realms. So you want to discard him and resurrect him. I'll give it 2 stars because although this card is really solid, the discard package is really sad and there's not really a room for discard in discard package. Unless you are playing like a 28 or 30 cards discard version of the deck. I'm not sure if that's gonna be stronger than the 25 cards optimized discard deck. Basically, discard deck has been run to the death and it has really been fine tuned and optimized. I don't know. I mean, I don't really see future for this card. What do you think, Celebrate?
The same. I give this 2 stars. It's a pretty shitty card. It's probably not going to see play. There's better cards to run in your discard deck. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not feeling it.
Yeah, kind of sad because it's a solid card. Yeah. All right. Clan Smuggler, Soldier Demon, 10 power. Return a bronze unit from your graveyard to your deck. I'll give it 1 star. Like what the hell? It's an answer to Mill, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
This card, I'm not a fan of this card. I don't really see the point of it. I don't know. Like they butchered Mill, so why does this card exist?
So basically, maybe you are playing a hyper super thin deck, and this card, and maybe you are afraid of decking out. So maybe you are playing this card as a joker, in case, so that your last round mulligan won't be dead. But if you're playing a deck like that, you're probably playing a city dash anyway. So why do you need this card? 1 star.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Runestone. Moving on. 2 stars. Oh, Yana now. I think she looks like a Cersei from Game of Thrones. Do you see the uncanny resemblance, Celebrate, or is it just my bad eyes?
Yeah, she kind of does. Shame. But yeah, this card.
Nah, I imagine her naked body. Sorry.
I'm not a big fan of this card. I think it's like an armor smith kind of. I mean, I think it's pretty bad.
I am 1 star. 1 star.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this card. I think it sucks. I'll give it 2 stars. Maybe it can find some crazy synergy or something, but it's pretty shitty, I think.
And basically, people said that maybe it had a synergy with the Olaf, but Olaf is a gold card, so she won't work on Olaf. She won't make Olaf a third strength spare. That'd be pretty OP though, you know? We need to see a third strength spare. Yeah. And I want to address her lore because her lore in the Witcher 3 was fantastic. Did you get to that part, Stellarbird? Did you play it?
Yeah, I played all through The Witcher 3. She was the chick who was actually a good blacksmith, and her whatever was a shitty dude.
Yeah.
The dwarf guy, he sucked dick.
Yeah, and basically people around in the village underestimated because there's no way a human female apprentice is good at blacksmithing, but in reality she was the master blacksmith. So it's really cool story, and so it's a cool take on gender empowerment. Yeah, and it's really kind of cool to see that reflected in a video game. Because video games are sometimes are really called for gender bias and shit, all that, right? And yeah, so. And just kind of want to say that. Alright, Aced, Leader, 2 Shock, 4 Power, Spawner Bronze, 2 Shock Soldier. And there are many 2 Shock Soldier here, actually. I think there are like 6 options.
Yeah, this card's actually. So I played with this card. You get to choose between all of them, so it's not random at all.
Yeah.
This is one of the very few leaders that isn't random. So I'm totally on board with this leader. I like it. I think it can be strong in. I'll
give it 4 stars.
Yeah, 4 stars is 2.
And yeah, and it has an added benefit of increasing your graveyard pool for your Freya. Sometimes you play a very short round and you don't even have a unit to resurrect with your Freya, and that can cause you to lose the game. It rarely happens, but it does happen. But this leader card sort of prevents that from happening.
Yeah,
And it's basically added in for Skellige. And added in for any faction is always a good thing. It
I
allows
agree.
to sponsor bronze card that's key to the strategy. So okay, now to the changes. Scout, he may support 8 power boost to allies from a clan of your choice by 1. I like it. It's kind of flavorful because now you really gotta stick to your main clan for this card to see work. Not that it's gonna see work anyway, but hey, it's a welcome change. Man, what do you think, Celebrate?
I'm gonna give it a 2-star. Well, I guess it's not, and we're not rating the new cards, but I think it sucks.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, it sucks, but it's moving the right direction. Do you agree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Alright, War Longship got buffed. Definitely. Now it does damage on deployment. Now it repeats its ability whenever you discard a card. So it got its old ability back. Before it got nerfed, it was discard a card, you repeat this, you hit enemy. Now then you got nerfed to the discard a unit. Now it's back to discard a card. And kinda, I really like this because when I first played Gwent, I played the War Longship discard deck. That was my bread and butter, and that's the deck allowed me to compete in the Challenger qualifier back in the day, and I'm really fond of the deck back in the day, and that time in the close beta, Champion of Champions was actually viable because we didn't have that many units that moved the units around. Eh, good days, man. Good days. So definitely a great change in my book. Yeah.
Seems fine. Yeah.
Clan Hunter. So.
I hate this change.
All right. Why Silver? It's boring
It's
now,
just it's just boring.
Yeah.
Oh, a 6005. How exciting.
7
At
deal
least the
4, 8 deal 3, 6 deal 5.
at least the old one had nice synergy with great swords and like it was a little bit more interesting. This is just another boring generic card. Blah blah.
Yeah. Clan Warcrier support and create. Basically got nerfed to the ground. Firepower boost an ally by half his power. Why the fuck would you ever play this card?
I don't know. Like it's
just delete this card out of existence, man.
It's I don't. Well, I don't know why they nerfed the self-wounding synergy. This is another change that I just don't like at all.
Why are they making unplayable cards?
They're oversimplifying the game.
Overly, basically useless card. You know. I don't know, man. Because Great Swords are OP. Okay, how many people played actually Warcry in Cursed or Great Swords deck or whatever? Nobody, right? Barely saw any play. I mean, it used to be kind of cool in the close beta. Even then, nobody really run it. God, this is dull, man.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I should have made that. What the fuck? What the fuck they have done to my ladies here? And if you guys know, I run a Shield Maiden to this meta.
Oh, my, dude!
Bear and Fair Maiden deck. Now my Bear and Fair Maiden, they won't see any Shield Maiden because she's just the dull monster fucking units. I ran copies of this.
I ran these in my X-Men deck for thinning. Like I hate this card now.
Yeah,
it's just so. This is another example of a card. Number one, I hate that they removed all the triple arts on cards.
Yeah.
Like the triple arts were so cool, and they I don't get it, man. I just don't.
How they're going to repair those laws on player base? Who owns 3 of all those and who owns like all 3 premiums of each art? I don't know how they're gonna repay that. How are they gonna fix it? I have no fucking clue, but
I'm not a fan of these changes, man. It seems like they're homogenizing the factions. They're giving them all like the same units and abilities. It's removing faction identity. It's pretty frustrating to see. I hope maybe they listen to the community, because I know there's a big uproar in Reddit about this. Hopefully, this is the PTR, right? So there's still a lot that could definitely change. So let's hope that is the case. Because right now it's just not good. Yeah.
Wait a sec. I'm contacting Hercules right now. And basically, I need to let you guys know. Hercules will join us after this Skellige review to talk about monster and monster archetype, and he'll stay with the rest of us. Basically, he's a great supporter of both my stream and Stellar stream, and he's a mod in both of our channels. He's a sub in both of our channels, and basically a phenomenal supporter for both of us, and a great player of his own. And now also I just start streaming, and we thought that it would be cool to support him. And also he's a strong voice in Reddit and Gentleman. So and he's more of a behind the scenes guy, but he is very insightful. So it'll be cool to have him on board, and we'll have him soon. Just letting you guys know. Alright, moving on. Priestess of Freya. So the change that made sense, but nobody really asked for it. It makes sense now. Resurrected Bronze Soldier, doomed. What do you think?
It probably was a change that was needed. Freyas were auto-include in 100% of Skellige decks, and that's never healthy for a unit, right? For a unit to be auto-include across all archetypes. So I think it needed to be toned down a little bit. Yeah. It makes more sense now, like you said, thematically too. Yeah. How the fuck can a Priestess of Freya resurrect a wooden ship from the dead? Yeah. So I'm fine with this change. It's probably necessary.
Yeah. And yeah, fuck man. And yeah, I like the change, but maybe Bronze Soldier is a bit too much restriction. It should be like a Bronze Soldier and Bronze Supporter. Why should it be restricted to Bronze Soldier?
Yeah, I agree. It probably should. It probably should include supports too. Maybe they'll. Again, this is the PTR. Maybe they'll change it, but I think it should probably include supports as well. I agree.
Yeah, basically resurrecting all the bronze non-motion Skellige or non-motion. Yeah, something like that. Alright, Pirate Captain. So the old ability got completely changed. It's a deck thinning card now. Play bronze demon unit from your deck. So basically a great synergy with the demon worship, and that the demon bolt guy that resurrects the machines. So yeah, it's all around solid card now. Yeah, definitely gonna see play.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah. I think it's, like you said, a pretty solid card, and playing this and thinning a unit from your deck, I'm pretty sure you get to choose it, right?
Yeah.
It's not random. So yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. This unit will definitely see play then. Am I frozen? Hello?
Yeah, no, you're not frozen anymore.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. Maybe I fiddled with the Skype. Okay, so it's no longer a champion or champions, it's arena champion. Ogre, 7 power, dual and higher enemy. So more flavorful and fits the lore and the event of the game. I like it. So and it's just like what's his name? The Selkirk, right? Selkirk on a silver body, and Selkirk is 7 strength and 2 armor, and this is a 7 power. So I think pretty good removal. Yeah, because you can pretty much kill really high strength unit now. Yeah. I like this card.
Yeah, I love the dual mechanics. So it's good that it seems like each faction is getting its own version of the dual mechanic. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So I mean, this card might see play. It seems kind of it doesn't have any armor. So what do? You have to like buff it somehow? Because why would you ever want to duel a higher enemy?
You
I
can
guess
you can do
I
that
guess
because it deals 7 damage.
so. Yeah, 7, and then it
The
hits you
enemy
back.
will
So
be weakened
what's
and hits it
what's
back.
the optimal value? What's the optimal value for this?
I think we need to like run some number crunch or something like that. So you can kill 11. Can you kill 11 strengths? No. So it can kill 10. Yeah, it can kill enemy units up to 10 strengths.
So you hit a 10, it hits you back for 3, and then you finish at 4, so it's 14 points.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So yeah.
That's okay. I'm gonna give it. I mean, it's okay. I mean, the numbers probably need to be tweaked, but I like that they're introducing a dueling unit.
Yeah. And Harold Hounds now got nerfed to the ground basically. So the reason why you're running Harold Hounds now is that while the Wilhelm and Wilfred build is alright, you are really running it for the third skull Wilma, right? To get the bronze curse card out of your deck when you kill it. And now it's a Spano Bear instead, so it's not really doesn't have a deck thinning, it doesn't have a really synergy with the curse deck anymore. So and already this card gets countered a lot when you play because the opponent will just somehow kill the skull on their own turn. And this card will probably not see much play. Yeah. Even in a bear deck, no. Why'd you run this card? It's kinda sad to see a change like this. I don't know why. Yeah. Alright, 6 3 power. Resurrect a bronze or silver clan unit. That means you can no longer resurrect restored Grandmist.
Yeah, it's a pretty big nerf for Sigdrifa. I don't know. She's no longer really like an auto include in a lot of decks. Yeah. I don't know what are your thoughts?
You are not gonna run any neutral silvers in a Skellige deck that runs a Sigdrifa because Sigdrifa doesn't really have any synergy with the neutral silvers anymore.
Yeah.
Goodbye Duragray. Duragray was gone anyway, but yeah, goodbye anyway. Bye bye. And Herald the Cripple, leader uncreate. 6 power, now it's splits 10 damage randomly between enemies on the opposite row. So are you gonna run Herald the Cripple for your X-Men deck, or which leader are you going to run? Are you going to run
I'm gonna run either Iced or King Bran. Probably Iced.
So even Cripple, Herald the Cripple has a great initial value because now it's 10 damage randomly split instead of doing 5 and turn after turn. I mean, this is a buff for this Herald the Cripple because people just kill Herald the Cripple once it comes down, right? Now it does all of its ability right away in full swing, split 10 damages between enemies. What do you think? I mean that's game winning, right? If you get it to proc.
No. So it doesn't go through armor anymore. By the way, I've already played against it on test. It doesn't go through armor. I still think Carrot's trash.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Okay.